Hi everyone. I just want to talk about one of the statements that been posted on internet in one of the articles about the e-file manicure. So what is said in this statement? That the use of an e-file to smooth, buff, or braid the skin around the nail plate is considered microdermabrasion, and the leave-in skin is cut or abraded during the so-called Russian manicure or machine manicure or e-file manicure. So I want to say that this statement does not have nothing in common with the e-file manicure that I'm teaching in class, and all my students know that since we've talked about what part of skin we are working with, and I want to go through a couple of pictures here and explain why I consider e-file manicure is absolutely safe. So one of the question was about stretched cuticles. So stretched cuticles or stretched keratinized proximal nail fold tissue. So let's take a look on the picture in general. So what we can see here, we can see the proximal nail fold, right? Then we can see keratinized proximal nail fold tissue. This tissue became keratinized because in contact with the nail plate. Okay, so in case of keratinized proximal nail fold tissue is tightly attached to the cuticle and is laying on the nail plate, I wouldn't suggest you to use the pusher and to push back that keratinized tissue. Most likely it will rip and tear the skin, so I wouldn't do that. In this case, I would rather use the barrel bit. Let's take a look here, and I'll make a picture just a little bit bigger here so you can see better. So I would use the barrel, any kind of barrel bit that has a rounded edge with the low speed, about a 10,000 RPMs, laying parallel on the nail plate, so maximum in contact with the nail plate, no pressure, lower speed. Once again, you can easily remove the cuticle tissue from the nail plate. During its rotation, it's going to exfoliate the keratinized proximal nail fold tissue as well, but whatever is left here, we're going to remove on the next couple of steps, right? So for this step of removing the cuticle from the nail plate, the barrel bit works perfectly. Okay, so let's take a look on that picture and talk about safety. So as you see, this is the flame bit and it's working underneath the proximal folder. Pay attention that we don't open the seal that is protecting the matrix from infection, right? So we just open just a little bit of gap between the proximal nail fold and the nail plate, so the flame is able to go just a little bit, and it's about 1.5 millimeter maximum. So we are able to put the color nicely, right? So the flame bit is laying parallel on the nail plate and was working zone. So with this tip, about 2 millimeters, is cleaning the cuticle tissue from the nail plate, and as well as exfoliating the keratinized proximal nail fold tissue underneath the proximal fold. So it's pretty safe way of manicuring process. Let's take another picture, take a look on another picture, and what we can see here. So, exfoliating the keratinized proximal nail fold tissue using the sphere manicure bit, right? So what we are seeing here, once you lift it up, that keratinized tissue pretty good. Now you are working with the sphere to remove that tissue from the proximal folder. So I want to make sure that you are working only with keratinized tissue. You don't contact with the proximal folder. You're very gentle and removing only dead tissue, okay? Because on top of the proximal folder, there is a stratum corneum and the top layer of epidermis, but if it's abraded too much, right, or if it's cut or abused, the cells are going to produce more. Same with callus, right? So we want to make sure that we work only with that part of keratinized proximal nail tissue that is lifted, okay? And Another picture, in case you are using the barrel bit, removing that tissue, I want to make sure that you still don't contact with the proximal nail fold. You don't file the proximal nail fold. You only work with keratinized proximal nail fold tissue. So just like that. Any of these ways are good. It all depends on your comfortable zone to work. It's either flipped position of client's hands or the standard position of client's hand, right? So that's pretty much it. Thank you.